The Lives of the Saints by Father Alban Butler. January 18th, St Leobardo Recluse, Leobardo, vulgarly Liberto, was born in Auvergne. He devoted himself to study and devoted his free time to study some Psalms of David. He thus prepared himself for the service of God by the practice of prayer. His parents convinced him to adopt the matrimonial state, but the sudden death of his father and mother suspended the definitive conclusion of the contract. After the period of mourning, Leobardo transferred to his brother the commitments contracted, and counting on the intervention of Providence for the realization of his plans, he went to the tomb of St. Martin. After having prayed there for a long time, he went to the Abbey of Marmoutier and settled in a cell left vacant by an inmate named Alaric. He dedicated himself to making membranes or parchments to write the passages of sacred scripture and the Psalms that were beginning to escape his memory. Finding the cell a bit cramped, he enlarged it by digging into the rock with his hands. He had some difficulties with another solitary in the vicinity and was already meditating on moving farther away when Gregory of Tours, who came to visit him, told him that all these disturbances were the devil's devices. At the same time, he left him the lives of the Desert Fathers and some other books dealing with the religious life. You will find, he told him, the models to follow for the direction of your conduct. Leobard drew from those readings so much profit that he spent 22 years in his cell, leading a life useful for his salvation and for the sanctification of others, for God granted him the gift of miracles in favor of those who came to visit him. Feeling that his end was at hand, he sent for Gregory of Tours and asked him for the eulogies, that is, holy Viaticum. The time has come, he said, when by the Lord's command I am to be separated from the bonds of this mortal body. Nevertheless, I shall yet live a few days, and the Lord will call me before Easter. Blessed man, commented Gregory of Tours, his fidelity to God enabled him to know, by divine revelation, the moment of his death. We were then in the 10th month, and 2 months later Leobard had a relapse. Sunday having arrived, he dismissed the brother who served him, because he wished to die without witnesses. No doubt the angels, for lack of men, took his last breath. The details given by Gregory of Tours suffice to indicate that January 18th was not the day on which Leobard died. Some believe so and placed his death in the year 593, which was when January 18th fell on a Sunday. More commonly, this date is considered to be an anniversary of the translation of his body. The name of Leobard is inscribed in the Roman Martyrology on January 18th, and yet the new proper of Tours places his feast day on February 13th. The city of Tours has a church built in his honor, where those attacked by fever went to be cured. The chapel of St Liboard depended on the King of France for being included in the castle of Tours. Every year, on Passion Friday, the chapter of the cathedral made a station in the aforementioned chapel. These pilgrimages were interrupted in 1793, and since then the sanctuary lost the affection of the people.